Hello, my Flosstube friends. It's time for another episode. It's Friday again. How is everybody doing? 2 thumbs up. Here. Who knows? You could be on this kind of a thing. Anyway, you have reached a channel about cross stitch. And I am Annie. I am Joy-Filled Stitcher, both here on where are we? Are we on Instagram? No, we are on YouTube. Here on YouTube and on Instagram. I swear I've been doing this for a while, but sometimes it's a little rusty. Rusty like a rusty bucket. And like I said, this is a channel about cross stitch, the very awesome thing of cross stitch. And some requests for more musical interludes. So, ask and you shall receive. Anyway, I'm in a little bit of a funny mood this evening, apparently. It is Friday, April the 24th. Looking at my notes. And this is Flosstube number 49. We're getting close. We are getting close. We're getting close. We're getting close. We're getting close to 1 year. I started mid-May last year in 2019. So we are so close, and I'm so pumped. That will be exciting. So what do we have in store for us today? Other than some wildly awesome hair. More on that soon. We have finishes, namely FFOs. We have start or two. We have whips. We have plans. Not a ton of plans because we're coming up on something pretty awesome. So already awesome. And stash. And not too much stash this week. I have the feeling it's all going to like land via helicopter drop, like cargo plane, like next week. Yeah. So I hope everybody has had a great week. We've had a pretty good week. We had school. This week seemed to be a bit better than last week, which is good. I know that I mentioned last week, little one's drawers got full. We were much better. I did end up sharing with her fairly early in the week that we would not be returning to school. And so I've heard a number of times throughout the week, I'm just so sad about it. And I just can't believe we're not going back. And I feel truly rotten about that, but there's very little I can do about that. My grays are on full-on display. They are sparkling like some Krynic. Let me tell you, look at those. Yeah. You see, they're sparkling. Plus, we're rocking a bit of a mall bang. This is what happens when you're scheduled on a Zoom call at 11, from 11 to 12:30, with not only your principal, but also your assistant principal, an instructional coordinator, myself, the counselor, and the headmaster. You do your hair. And you don't wear this shirt. I had on my nice, like, polo, my school branded polo. But the problem is, it looked really nice and straight and sleek. And then its true colors, the true sense of the word starts to come out when you start get the, like, mall bangs and the little wavy bits here and there. And then, like I said, you know, you got your grays glowing like Krynic up here on the head. Hashtag that, Jenny. Grays on point like Krynic. That's how we roll in this quarantine. Let me fix this a little bit. There we go. So yeah, this was a good week. It was a fairly long week. I did have that 1.5 hour Zoom today, which was fun. We're going to call it fun. Super exciting thing this afternoon was my daughter got a surprise social distance visit from her teacher. And I wish I had had the right positioning to get her face. She was over the moon. Like, she could not believe. She was like, my teacher is here at my house to see me. And they sat in the front yard like 6 feet apart and talked each other's ears off. And it was the most fun thing. And I said, I swear I talked to this child during the week because she was like, blah, 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 blah. I said, stop being an interrupting chicken. There's a book on that, by the way, called Interrupting Chicken. It's a great one if you're a teacher. So anyway, thank you so much to everybody who's new. I've had a lot of awesome things pop into my inbox about some new folks this week. I know that I've also had some of you share that you've been using your code from Threads Entwined. So yay, I'm happy that you're giving Trish some love. I've been branching out and trying some new shops and ordering some things from some new shops. So those will be coming soon at some point. And also, thank you so much to those of you that left just sweet and kind and thoughtful comments last week. I've reread them and reread them and reread them. And I haven't been great about responding back this week. We've been busy. And I never, you know, when I very first started this whole journey, I said, I'm going to be that person that responds to every comment. I'm not going to, you know, stop doing that. I suck at that. I read them, I heart them, I treasure them, I go back and I reread them. Like when I see a new one pop up, I'll scroll through and I will basically reread all of them again as I'm finding the one that is the new one. And they just bring me so much joy right now. And so many of you have shared that I bring you joy and I bring you consistency and I bring you fun and livelihood. And this is my outlet. This is something that I'm looking forward to actually probably doing more of during the month of May for Mania Sania. Many of you said, do daily videos. Love to see that. So I'm working on what that's going to look like. I'll chat a little bit about that in plans. But I am looking at filming some short clips each day and putting those up. They will not be in my normal Flosstube numbering system. They will be brief. I might have some fun little things in there, like a questionnaire. We might have a like top hot guys in movies, top hot cartoon voice guys. Justin Timberlake, that's the only one on that list. Yeah. I'm not gonna get the giggles again. I literally was watching back my video because I watch it back to do the show notes, and I got the giggles again when I was watching it back. And Mr. Joyfield was kind of walking by going, what? You're laughing at yourself? Yeah, if I don't laugh at myself, who else is going to laugh at me? Apparently a lot of you. So I'm glad I could bring you some giggles. So I saw a funny meme today. So I'm going to show it to you. And hopefully it will be easy to show on my phone. Let me see if I can find it. And it was somebody had said, post some funny memes or whatever. And I was like, I didn't post this one, but somebody did, and I saved it and I showed it to my husband, and we both like laughed hysterically. So it says, will someone please put this back where it belongs? That's a knee slapper. So if you don't know what that is, actually, you know what? We're going to do a fun little giveaway. We're going to see if anybody knows what that's from. If you correctly guess what this is from, I'll do a little pass the stash giveaway thing next week. You have to tell me what it's from. So anyway, that was something to giggle about, something fun. I've loved so many more people are sending me messages on Instagram, and I get some daily ones from some folks. I get some that just every now and again they're like, today's gonna be a great day, and I'm like, yes it is. I get a lot on Fridays of people that are like, it's Friday, yay! And I have been watching a ton of Flosstube. I may almost be caught up. I fell down a bit of a YouTube, just general YouTube rabbit hole. So now my recommended videos is like a train wreck. So the things that I've been watching that I've been really enjoying, I've watched a few Animal Crossing tutorials for the daughter to share some tips and tidbits with her. So that's one thing. The other thing is there's this hairstylist guy called Brad Mondo. He is extra, and he talks about living your extra life. I am nowhere near extra like he is, but he has these reaction videos to America's Next Top Model, just the makeover episode. By the way, that's the only reason I'd ever watch America's Next Top Model like on a frequent basis, was to see the makeover. I'm obsessed. I've watched them all though, so that's kind of a bummer. And then Dollar Tree hauls. Yep. Yeah. There's a lady who's very over the moon that she found the bejeweled mesh ribbon. I'm like, yeah, girl, you get it. You go to Dollar Tree, you get it. You get it. And her reusable bags, her summer themed reusable bags. I'm saying all the power to you at the Dollar Tree. But my Dollar Tree is gross. It is gross. They just recently, I was at the Dollar Tree right about the time that like the stay at home stuff very first started, like at spring break. Went in that first weekend when it wasn't like official, but it was going to be official, and bought a bunch of like crafty type things, because you can get like little sets of beads for like $1, obviously. I got big cans of shaving cream, and we've been doing like shaving cream baths for all the dolls out on the back porch. Like anything and everything that I thought I could get. I got sidewalk chalk. Like I got stuff that was $1. But the problem is I hadn't been into the Dollar Tree in quite some time. And they decided it was a great idea to move the shelves. Like to move the whole shelving units. I was horrified to be walking on the floor in shoes and what I would drag out of there with me, because you could clearly see where the shelves were and how much funk like impacted into the carpet. I was like, this is gross. And irony of the whole thing is this in the cleaning section. I have entered into some random long tangent about what I've been watching, but I've been watching a lot of Flosstube. I'm enjoying a lot of Flosstube right now. I am obsessed. Who isn't obsessed? But I'm obsessed with Brenda and Laura. Brenda and the Serial Starter. Like I want to start everything. And I'm not even a sampler stitcher. I'm like, yes. You thought I was an enabler? Oh no, they enable. And I love where they talk about that has marching orders. Like I have about 40 projects that need marching orders. I need Laura in here and Brenda telling me to have marching orders. But here I am about to start 22 new projects for Mania. And I'm excited about it. I'm hyped up. And I'm like fully off caffeine. I think that I have now reached that point where like I was like, caffeine was keeping me up here. And then when the caffeine was removed, I went like crashed to the ground. And now I'm just generally up here. The beverage in the trusty old Yeti is yet again Topo Chico. And I'm once again popping a squat on the floor. This time I'm sitting on my daughter's gymnastics mat. Fun times, fun times. Okay, so thank you to all of you who are new. We started here and then we kind of got somewhere else and now we're going to come back. We're going to rein it back in. Thank you to all of you who are returning, who are my returning subscribers, my returning viewers. You build me up each week. I enjoy hearing what you think of my videos, hearing what you're excited for me to start at Mania, all the awesome comments. There was actually some really constructive ones. Somebody was like, maybe you shouldn't start all those big projects for Mania. No, Mania is just going to be hashtag balls to the wall. Yeah. To the window. To the wall. All my projects call. Start me. Start me. Yeah, I just made that up. I am either going to do separately. I haven't decided. Might be a surprise. I did a craft room tour because last Saturday I spent my entire Saturday pretty much getting my craft room organized from top to bottom. And I'm loving it. Like it's fun to go in there now. I don't have to like kick away like piles of things and shuffle down the one trail I made in the Amazon that is my craft room. So I think we best get started or this video is going to be lengthy. But I do have about a 15-minute craft room tour. It's not great. I'm not good with like a live action. Kind of like that. But I did want to share. I got 2 pieces of stitchy kindness. So the first one, and I totally forgot to show this last week, and I was mad at myself. Because this came, and it was in my stash bucket, but it was hiding in the bottom of my stash bucket. And you know how full it was last week. And I forgot. So I've been waiting all week to show this to you. So, for Stitching Texas, which is the retreat that is local to me, and is kind of co-sponsored by DFW Cross Stitchers and the Stitch Niche, which is my local LNS. We had a retreat scheduled for the beginning of April. Well, it was postponed to the beginning of June. It has been postponed again until September, which is the total right thing to do. So I was going to have 2 retreats in June. Now I have no retreats in June, and I have a retreat in September and then StitchCon the following June. But in lieu of that, on that weekend, they were going to do like a whole virtual live day. And I was supposed to do a live feed because I was also part of the YouTube panel at the original retreat. And they may be doing that again in September. I'm not sure. I think it depends a little bit on who can still attend in September and who maybe can't. But Tina, who is such a sweetheart, such a treasure to me, she is one of the main coordinators. And she's also insanely talented at cross stitch and otherwise. Well, she made me a key fob for just helping with the participation and the virtual event that I was not able to do, unfortunately. But yeah, I thought that was really awesome. So it's got a lobster, I think this is called a lobster claw. I'm not 100% sure. And then it's got the jump ring. And then it's got a fun white, like leathery, pleathery tassel. Red, white, and blue with stars, because you know Texas is all about the lone star and the red, white, and the blue. A fun little like ribbon tassel. And then this is my most favorite thing. She made this charm. It is a YouTube button. And if you can tell, it says Joy Filled Stitcher in like Ray Dunn typeset. Shut up. Should somebody told me you like Ray Dunn? Like, really? Did my video tell you I like Ray Dunn? Because, yeah. Maybe one of these days for Mania, I will show you my Ray Dunn collection. Anybody like to see that? Might be a little incriminating. Self-incriminating. I am sad. You know, what's funny is through all of this, I'm just thinking about all of the Home Goods and the TJ Maxx and Marshall sitting and all the Ray Dunn that is not being bought. And how when the stores open up for real, it's going to be possibly like need for police presence. Not because I will be there, because I know better. I'll be like Black Friday to the nth degree. All the Ray Dunn hunters be like, it's on at WrestleMania. I'm gonna get you. I gotta get that crock and that canister first, and the mug that says, "What up, yo?" I don't know. Anyway, I also got some Stitchy Kindness in the mail from a fun stitcher who actually won one of my giveaways. She won my planners, and it is never necessary to send me a thank you for sending you a giveaway, because that was a thank you to you. So now you've thanked me. So now I feel like I need to thank you, and I feel like we're in this spiral. So Becca, I will probably be sending you something back because that's just fun, right? Okay. So anyway, she sent me a fun thank you card. So cute. Oh, and this is from Becca. She is Sam Bree Stitches here on YouTube and on Instagram, and she just hit 1K. So hip hip hooray, Becca's at 1K. Yeah. And she sent me a Stitchy goodie. And she even said it's really hard to read, so I'm so sorry. But this is a beautiful piece of Aida. It's a bookmark. And I love her finish on it. I'm going to have to get some tips on how she finished it, because it's got like perfectly crisp edges, and then it's got this fun like quilter's cotton on the back with letters. But it says, I'm not just a reader. I'm a wizard, a shadow hunter, a demigod, a tribute, a hobbit, a divergent, and a dragon rider. So I love that. I think it's so special. She stitched that all in metallics. She gets a huge thumbs up, and I love it. And I'm gonna, now that it's been sitting in my bucket all week, it's gonna actually go in my book that I'm reading. So I'm gonna put it over here. So thank you, Becca. And congratulations on your 1K. That's so exciting. She's doing daily videos right now. And she often shows her puppy and her bunny. And her bunny is adorable. She also lives in this really scenic, like when she shows her backyard, I'm like, jealousy. Mind you, today, my daughter was like, I'm going to go jump on the trampoline. And she came back in there, she's like, I think the soles of my feet are gone. Okay, she didn't say that, but I might have thought that when she came back in and was like, ah, 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 ah. And I was like, what? And she's like, it's really hot on the trampoline. And I walked outside, I was like, yeah, because it's like 91. Yeah, 91. You hear our air kicking on? That's because apparently we're back to face of the sun temperatures. I thought we were going to have some more fancy fun. Not 91. Anywho. Let's see some FFOs. I'm so proud of my FFOs. And if you follow me on Instagram, you will have already seen these, but I'm going to show you anyway, since some of you do not. So I did go ahead and FFO 2 things because I had room in my craft room to do it. I also had to wait until I showed that finishing tape that I had gotten from Fat Quarter Shop before I could actually use it. And I'm going to tell you right now, game changer. Game changer. I will put a link below because it's not, obviously, I'm going to be buying another roll of it, but it has a ton on there. But it's from Fat Quarter Shop and it's by, I think That's So Emma, and it's finishing tape. So basically it will turn any piece of mat board into sticky board. And it's a 3/4 inch, I think. So I kind of just ran it along the edges where my fabric would fold over, and it holds it, and it is good. It is holding it solid, firm and solid. So yeah, I love it. Sold. We'll be buying more. Because sticky board's not always as readily available, and you can get a lot of sheets of mat board on Amazon for like not very much money. Okay, anyway, so the first one I finished is Bee Fairy. If you've been with me for any length of time, you will know that I finished this. This is Letters from Nora Bee Fairy by Nora Corbett. This is stitched on a piece of 18 count Opal Aida. It's a one-off die from Mystic Fabrics. I finished it on a piece of mat board. It's a flat finish. It does not have any puffiness. I did the big jumbo rickrack. This is a wood board I found at Hobby Lobby, and I painted with a super light minty green, but it's almost just white with a hint of mint. So I thought it complemented it really nicely. This jumbo rickrack I got in the ribbon section of Hobby Lobby also. And this pink gingham, it is a wired gingham with the little picot edge, which I love, or tricot edge. I think it's picot, tricot. I don't know. Anyway, I made into a bow. It is hot glued on. This is hot glued on. And I put some specifics on the back. I signed it on the back. I did stitch my signature on this one, but I did put the year completed, and I did put what the chart was and that it was a color conversion, because I did do a color conversion on this. It was much more turquoises and greens. Her hair was brunette. She was a bit darker, but I made this blonde like my daughter with more porcelain complexion. It does have some beading here, and in her crown, but beads are not my jam. And so I ended up doing Algerian eyelets here instead of the large beads. And just, this is just C&C Etoile. Instead of, this was supposed to all be strings of beads. And I was like, heck to the no. She loves it. She's excited that I'm sharing it tonight because that means it gets to go up on her wall. So, and I think one of the things that I might share in my video next week, or my Mania video, or maybe my Flosstube-iversary video, is I'll share some of my other previous finishes that I had early on in my Flosstube days, because I know that not everybody's going to go all the way back to video 1 and watch all the way through, and that's totally cool. I do have a playlist though, and it's called Let's Start at the Very Beginning, and you can start there. But I have some that I stitched from even before I started Flosstube that I would love to share. So I may have to go and grab some from my mom's house, which may require a trip into the garage or the attic if I want to show all the Christmas pillows. And then she's going to go, why do you need to show those? And I go, because I want to show it on my YouTube video. She could be, you're on YouTube? I'm sorry, what? And that's a whole can of worms, and I'm maybe not prepared to open yet. So maybe it'll just be the finishes that are here in my house. Maybe. Okay. The other one that I finished, fully finished, is my to-do list for today. This is by Lizzie Kate. It is called My To-Do List. It is stitched on 16 count color and cotton in Sea Breeze. I did a full color conversion. Inspired mostly by this floss, this variegated floss that's up here in the border. This is by Barbara Owl Creations on Etsy. I had purchased a cut of fabric and she sent me a small sample of this, and it variegates from this pink through oranges, yellows, greens, teals, blues, purples. And so I used that to pull a palette of colors for my to-do list. This is mounted on a small, I found these on Amazon. Because I knew I wanted to do it on a clipboard because I love clipboards. And this piece is not big enough for an 8 by 11 or 9 by 12 clipboard. They make small clipboards. I will link everything in the description box below if I can find a link to them. And this is a 16 count Aida and it fits perfectly. And what I did was I just did a small loop of ribbon. And so the clip holds onto that piece of ribbon so that my piece can sit flush but not be crimped. So you can see it's just a fully functioning. And then I just made this bow out of this vintage wire ribbon that I got at a ribbon shop on a vacation we went to one time, and it was out of a vintage bin, and I just pulled and it was enough to make this bow, and then I hot glued it on here. So it is a fully functioning clipboard. I love it. I absolutely adore it, and I cannot wait. I think this will likely go in my classroom at school on the wall, because my room is very bright colors like this. So I'm excited about both of these finishes. I have a couple more planned. I'm trying to be crafty like the other folks that I see finish things. Some of the people that I feel inspired by their finishes, and I will link them below, are Priscilla and Chelsea. Mostly Priscilla. I know she finishes a lot of things for both her and Chelsea and other people and Fat Quarter Shop. But I love seeing her finishes. Christy Java Girl stitches. Her finishes are fantastic. I don't get quite as involved as some of hers, but I'm trying to kind of branch out a little bit from just framing things, or doing it in a hoop, because I'm really good at a hoop finish. I have a couple of really cool hoops that I can't wait to show you. And then Becca has some fantastic finishes as well. So yeah, I mean, I have a whole drawer of shame that needs to be finished. One of those finishes is from maybe 1999, 2000. Held on to it though. I think I might have shown it in one of my videos before because I found it. So those were my two FFOs. So we're going to talk a little bit about what did I stitch on this week, and I've kind of got everything intermingled again. So I'll note if it was a new start, or if it was something I used for Enchanted stitching. I am doing Enchanted stitching this month. It is a group on Facebook. I do link it every week in the description box below. My normal disclaimer is the description box will be chock full of information tomorrow. When I put my video up, I do it from my iPad, so I put it straight up. I put as minimal description as I can. I put a title. I get it uploaded. Tomorrow, usually in the mornings, I sit down and put in my earbuds, listen back to my video, create my show notes, and then get it put up for you. Last week it took me a little longer because I had some other things I needed to get done in the morning first. But it got done. And so sometimes there's a question that you might ask me, and then I will direct you back to the description box, which is right below me, and right over on this side, and I might be pointing on the wrong side, but right over on this side is a little triangle. If you click on it, it'll go brrr, and mine is usually chock full with about as many characters as they'll let me have, y'all. Okay, so let's start. First project is living in this pouch, and this is a new start. So this is a pouch I sewed up myself. I linked last week in my video. I linked to a video that's very similar to how I put my pouches together. I started, excuse me. This is a piece that was designed and gifted to the members of the Stitching Texas Retreat by Twin Peak Primitives, and they're calling it Lone Star Stitcher. and I love it because our flag has a Lone Star. We are known as the Lone Star State, and it's red, white, and blue, which are our state colors, and I just love it. I think it's super amazing. So I wanted to start it, but I wanted to start it maybe on a date that made sense. So I was looking up important dates in Texas history, and April 21st, 1836, what marked the Battle of San Jacinto, which for some of you that do not know was kind of a decisive victory in Texas winning its independence from Spain, Mexico. Santa Anna was sleeping, and Sam Houston, surprise attacked him, made him sign a treaty that basically said, we're going to be independent of you. So I started this on Tuesday, April 21st. And I am stitching this on a piece of 16 count Picture This Plus in Nessie. And somebody that has stitched it in our group said, start with the border. Get the border complete and then go from there, because the border it's a little fiddly in each corner. It's not exactly the exact same in each corner, and you'll get into, I even noticed myself, I was getting into the habit of, oh, it's 10 and then 2 and then 1 and then da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and they'd be like, oh wait, something's different on this corner. So I stitched my border and it matched up. So this calls for, I think it's Weeks Dye Works maybe. Yeah, I think it's all Weeks Dye Works. Well, I did not have all the Weeks Dye Works, so I kind of pulled my own colors. I had one of the Weeks Dye Works actually, and then the rest I pulled from Stash. Same with the fabric. I already had this in Stash. So I pulled, it called for Americana for the blue, so that's Weeks Dye Works Americana. It called for a red. I don't remember which one it was, but I decided this needed to be Buckeye Scarlet, which is a really pretty variegated red from Classic Colorworks. I'm going to use Gentle Arts Picket Fence for the white, which has a bit of a gray tone in it as well. And then this actually called for Amber, I think. And then the person that I saw her post that she shared, she stitched it in, I don't remember which one. This is Gentle Arts, and I didn't have it. And I didn't really want to do, it was like a bronzy gold. I wanted it to be like the Yellow Rose of Texas. So I picked Classic Colorworks Bumblebee. And so that is what the border is in. And I believe that's all that's stitched in that. And I just love it. So this is my color palette. It's very simple. Wonderfully charted. Very easy to read chart. It will not be the first that I stitched from them. But I am going to stitch this one because it's reminds me of the retreat that we hopefully will get to have in September. And it makes me feel prideful of all the cool stuff about Texas. And I was watching Kristen, Bluebonnets and Whiskey. She's local to me. She mentioned me in her video, and it is Annie. And she even reached out to me and was like, I called you Ann in my video. And I was like, that's my legal name, so that's cool. Just for those that don't know, I was named Ann, A-N-N-E, with an E, at birth, but I have been called Annie every day of my life. So I am Annie. But anyway, I said, no harm, no foul. That is my legal name. You just knew something nobody else did. But she was sharing that she chose blue because, and I love this, and I was like, yes, that's why I chose it, but not really. I chose it because I liked how the colors looked. She said because Texas has big blue skies. And that hers reminded her. She used Color and Cotton Linen Stratus. And I have Stratus in Aida, but it's darker. And I liked the Nessie. Plus, literally that piece, because I'd used it for something else, was that exact size. All right, so for Enchanted stitching challenges this week, we are still in the month of Cars. I used Quilting Bee. Lives in this project pouch. I used Quilting Bee by the Blue Flower. Used it for 2 of them. And I actually put in about 670 stitches because I am pushing for a finish on this. This one does have a Bags Plus Bendy Flip Floss Buddy. Holding all my flosses, which will get moved over to Sleeping Bee when this is finished. This is on 16 count Picture This Plus in Heartland. This was a start last year on April 15th, so it just had its birthday. I did stitch on it on its birthday, and I would love to have it finished here pretty quickly, and I'm getting pretty close. So I am down to just stitching the motifs around the outside. Now there are a couple, and I've talked about this before, a couple of larger motifs here and two smaller ones here. I am eliminating those. I want the bee and the frame of the quilting patterns to stand out. Those are the things that mean the most to me. It also has a border that goes all the way around. I don't know that I'm going to stitch that. I have not decided. It will depend on if I have enough floss, because I think I'm getting low on the color that the entire border is supposed to be in. So this week I spent more time. Pretty much I think this whole side is now complete. This one is also complete. This one right here, this one right here also got completed. This small motif was added, and then I finished this motif, and this one has one more color to add. So I'm feeling like it won't be too long for a finish on this, which will make me sad. I think sometimes I put things on the back burner because I don't want them to end. Because I enjoy stitching on. I'm a self-saboteur. I think that's what it is. I'm a self-saboteur. Anyway, I really enjoyed working on this week. It's one of my favorites. It's so... There is my needle. I couldn't find my needle. And I was like, I thought I stuck it in the pouch. Yeah, it was right there and it just slashed my hand open. Okay, not really. I'm being overly dramatic. But anyway, so that was a fun one to pull out and work on. I pulled out, this one is the pouch or a bag, an envelope closure bag I sewed up. And it holds, I don't think I showed this last week. I think I maybe talked about working on it. I can't remember. But this is Satsuma Street 12 Days of Christmas, and I am working on Partridge in a Pear Tree. And I worked on this a lot on Sunday. I wanted to see a little progress on it. I enjoy this stitch. I am not in any rush. I know it won't be finished this year. That's okay. And this one is on 36 count white linen. I had the perfect piece that I had gotten on Stash Unload around Christmas time that will be enough for all 12 of them. And I have a Garonne grime guard, and that is where I got to on it. I love Satsuma Street's colors. I love the blocks of color. I love the color theory behind it. I'm really enjoying this. So, yep, I got some more time in that. And that was fun. I need to pull that out more often, because there's some later on that are super stinking cute. Like the Maids of Milken, so cute. All right, what else we got here? Okay, so I pulled out my red Christmas truck bag and used this for Enchanted stitching challenges. And this is upside down. Prairie Schooler Christmas Tree Farm, which looks nothing like the cover image because I am doing a complete color conversion. This kind of led me down the path of a color conversion, which I love, and I love helping people with them. And thank you to those of you that reach out and give me something artistic to do. Saves me from maybe kitting up more things. And this is on a piece of 18 count Under the Sea Fabrics in Ice Princess. And I had a small milestone in that by completing this car, this whole section is done. All the trees in that forest are done. So what's left is there's Santa running with a sleigh. There's a few more trees. There's a big jumping buck over here. There's a few more houses up here. And there's a bunch of stars and a moon. Now what I have not decided is if I will be doing the full border around this either. I have not gotten that far because I'm not there yet. Because there's still a bit more to stitch. This is another one that I'm going to be sad to have finished. But I know I've got some other beautiful things to work on. This one's birthday is in June. Theoretically, I would love for it to be done by its birthday. But I don't know because I have a lot of projects. And May's going to be fun and fantastical. Alright, I did spend some more time on Plum Street Samplers Noah's Christmas Arc 1. I have already completed Crocodiles. I gave it to my mom this past Christmas, so I am working on the giraffes. And my goal is to give her giraffes and one of the other ones from this chart. And when I get ready to start it, I think I may put it up to a vote. Because I'm thinking doves since it's the first one listed on the chart. But my daughter said honeybees. So I don't know. They're both going to end up getting stitched. I just don't know which one is first. And I keep my flosses in a That's So Calico Bitsy Bob. Find her on Etsy. This is on 18 count Stitch Your Own Adventure, which is a mystery cut that's no longer available, unfortunately, from Mystic Fabrics. I am going to be pulling in some cuts of Veterus and Coco when it gets here and when I get ready to start some other ones. But I did go ahead and get the rest of the tree done, all the rest of the red ornaments in the basket, and these snowballs. The candy cane is so cute. And I have the first giraffe in. And I think he is adorable holding that candy cane in his mouth. And then the other one goes on this side and is identical pretty much, just flipped. And he's holding this ornament in his mouth. So, super fun, super cute. I love these. I am a huge, huge Plum Street fan. Yeah, I have a lot of Plum Street on the go, and I have a lot of Plum Street kitten. So the last thing that I worked on, and I was still working on it as of today, lives in this bag that I sewed up. And I do not have a cover. At least I do have coverage. I forgot I printed one this month, although it is terrible. This is the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I am participating in their Animal Almanac sale this year. And this is the 4th month release, April, and it is Posy, the rabbit. And I'm pushing to have this finished by the end of the month. And this is on 18 count Snirt from Mystic Fabrics, which is like my favorite grayish, and I need her to bring it back, and I've told her 100 times, bring it back. But I think she's having a hard time getting the right consistency time and again. So I have her, except for her haunted eyes, and she's missing a part of her ear. But she's almost complete. This tree is almost complete. I've got some cute flowers. There's like a carrot bush carrot bush. Carrots don't grow on the bush, they grow on the ground. Little carrot planting box. It's going to have some cute little umbrellas down here and some little rain clouds with some rain coming down. Actually, I may or may not have it raining because that's a lot of single stitches. We'll see. Because part of my plans this week is I need to get started. That was my other start. So I had Lone Star Stitcher and then I started this for the month. I need to get started on my Linens and Threads mystery sampler because May is going to be tricky with it and keeping on track. And if I don't get April done before May, I'm going to be cray. I'm going to be cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. So, plans. All the plans. There are plans a-coming. Want to know why there are plans are coming? One moment, please. I should have had this ready. That'd be the wind. Never mind, I'll just have to do a musical interlude. It's the final countdown. I feel like I need to go. It's a little Europe for you. I'm a kid of the 80s, and I love me some hair bands. But anyway, it is the final countdown to Stitch Mania /Sania. And I have told you that I am doing Stitch Mania, maniac amount of starts to help me be a little more sane during the month of May. And next Friday is May 1st, which means what's going to end up happening is I'm going to be doing a daily update. My thought on it is as follows. I will do, so it will actually, my daily videos will actually start next Thursday. In the evenings, I will record a quick clip of me spinning my wheel or talking about what project will be started the next day. In the event of Thursday, My first start is a planned start, and it's very bowl sampler. And then my thought is stitch on that during the course of the day, and then that evening I will update where my progress was on that piece and either share what the next piece would be or spin the wheel and let fate decide. And so each day I will do that, and I will share kind of where my progress is and what's coming up next. I need to look at exactly how many starts I have, because not every day will be a start day, because I do not have 31 starts. So there will be some days that will not have starts, and that's okay. So I need to look at that and see. I do need to work on Animal Almanac, and I do need to work on my Linens and Threads Mystery Sampler. And so yeah, the way that my Mania Sania videos will be coded is it will say that it's like Mania Sania day 1, May 1st, May 2nd, May 3rd, or whatever the date is, so that it and I'm going to call them Flosstube extras, that way, and I'll put them into a separate playlist also. And the reason why I'm going to do that is some people don't really find that the daily videos interesting, and I like it myself personally, to be able to scroll through the people that I watch and see, okay, which is their normal weekly update. Because some people, I really enjoy their normal weekly updates, but I don't necessarily, from everyone, watch all of their extra videos. It just depends on what's in that video. Mine are going to be pretty straightforward. It's going to be, here's what I'm picking, here's where it is, like, here's the floss, the fabric. I mean, they might be 5 minutes. They might be even less than that, and that's okay. And if you flip right by them and you're like, nope, I'll see her on Friday, come on Friday. Yep. And more than likely, now that I'm thinking about it, I will probably put up my craft room tour like on Sunday this week instead of putting it with this video. Just cause I might refilm it. I might watch it back and see just how atrocious it is, and then see from there. Also, don't forget, I talked to you about that meme at the beginning, Don't forget to answer where that came from. Yep. All right, so are we ready for the next thing? We've had a couple musical interludes, but let's have our opening jingle. Jingle, 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 which is what my charm bracelet does my entire video. You know how incredibly annoying that is to be on Zoom and you pop back onto the screen because your charm bracelet jingles? Yeah. You know how many times this happened today? Yeah, I needed to sit on my arm. I have it on gallery view, so like it isn't like I was popping onto the screen, but you could tell that like the little yellow box went from me to somebody else, or from somebody else to me, and then back to somebody else, and then back to me, and I was like, stop jingling! Anyway, and I'm actually really excited because I have a Zoom date. I have a Zoom date on Sunday evening. Yes, I do. I have a Zoom date on Sunday evening with a stitchy friend of mine. And then I also got added to a Zoom group. Virtual Stitchers. I'm scared. I tried to build up the courage. I reached out to Vicki and I asked for the passcode, but then I was like, I'm too scared. Because that's like the big leagues. And so I was invited to an awesome Stitchy chat group that I love all the folks. They're all on Flosstube, and they're all fantastic, and they're all like chill and low-key. And I was like, yes. But I'm going to whet my appetite for Zoom, for Stitchy Zoom, with my date on Sunday. And I've heard she's cheap. That's what Carla told me in her video, that she's cheap. I actually think that the person also said she was cheap. I'm not cheap. I require the champagne. I've taken this far too far. Far too far. It's, do we know what time it is? Joy-filled stashy stash time. It's joy-filled stashy stash time. There's not very much. It's kind of sad and pitiful. There's a plethora of things. There's flosses. There's fabrics. There's charts. There's a project bag. Sue. Shh. Sue didn't hear that. I need Sue to fast forward through the part where the thing that should not be named. Sue and I know what we're talking about. All right, so first up, I participated, I think this was not this past week, but the week before, I participated in some fabric games. No, not fabric games. Friday night fight night with Bee Stitch Me fabrics, and I got 2 different ones. I actually participated this past week too and got some other ones. I'm rebuilding my stash because everything is kitted. And I got rid of so much in D-stash, I'm replenishing the counts that I like. Okay, so I got, this one's beautiful. This is Atlantis, and this is a 18 count Aida, and it's really pretty. It's really pretty. I like how some people like show it like, let me put it behind my head. Oh yeah, that's perfect. It's like, I feel like fabric acrobatics happen on these videos. And then the other one I got, I wanted to try, because I've heard this is a really awesome neutral. It's called Outback Jack. Outback Jack. And I got 27 count, which I think is Linda. Listen, Linda. Which is really pretty. It's a really pretty neutral. It reminds me a little bit on this fabric of Snirt. So, I don't know what's going to go on it, but it's a great cut size. It's an 18 by 27. It's a big fat quarter. It's really pretty. See? Really pretty. So I have some more coming. Alright, I did some browsing because I've had a thing, I've fallen in love. I've fallen down a rabbit hole of Bent Creek and the Trilogy charts. I'm loving them right now. And so a seller on eBay was selling, I had liked this chart, and apparently there's now a thing on eBay where if you like something, the person can send you a personal offer. Well, she sent me a personal offer for like half off, and I was like, sold. And then I happened to see she had 2 other ones that I was also interested in, and I liked them. She sent me a personal offer. I actually responded back, and I said, hey, I'll pay you a little bit extra if you can combine shipping on all the charts. And she was like, sure, absolutely. So we took care of that. So I got this one from the Trilogy. It's called Zoo Lineup. I think it's adorable. My daughter is obsessed with all animals, and so this will likely be for her. I will do maybe a little bit of recharting on some of the, like, the lines. Now I know that Spartan Stitcher, Kim, just completed this as a birth sampler, and I think that's adorable, but I'm going to probably just put my daughter's name in there. Not a birth sampler, just because she loves animals. Wants to be a vet. But, Mommy, not of these kind of animals. She wants to be a vet who only takes care of healthy, fun animals and pets and plays with them. And I said, well, you're going to be a poor vet if you don't want to, like, do surgeries and stuff. She's like, no, I don't want to do that. Anyway, so the other 2 charts I got from her, this is part of the Snapperville series, and this is Stockyard, and I think it's so cute. I'm not going to do the whole series, but I love this one with the a sheep, a chicken, and a cow. And then I also liked this one. This is part of Autumn Snapperland, and this is called Harvest Time, and I love the barn and the little scarecrow. I think those are fun little small stitches, and they actually do come with the snaps that you need to put in the chart in the finished design. That's why they're called snappers. Duh. That's a duh for me because I did not know that. Alright, so then I am doing, one of my Mania starts is Blackbird Designs Garden Club, and I'm doing 6 of them. I have 2 of the charts, and 1-2-3 Stitch had 1 of them, and I'm still waiting on that one, which is fine. I've got 2, like I'm gonna get through 2 in a day or 2 during Mania. But they were out of all the other ones, and so I was like, who has them? So I did a Google search. Go Google, find me, such and such. And I found them at the Silver Needle from Tulsa. So I'm still waiting on 1, but now I have 5 of the 6 that I'm going to do. So the other ones that I got, this one is Garden Club number 5. This is Butterfly Garden. And this part right here where it says County of Jackson is my home, that is over 1, but I am stitching mine on Aida, so I will just do it as back stitch instead of the over 1. I love this one, the butterfly that's all filled in. I'm doing number 7, which is Climbing the Trellis. I love those flowers. Like pomegranate flower looking flower, fan flower. And then number 8, which is rarest flower. I love the bluebird. I love that these are satin stitch. And there's maybe even some satin stitch down here at the bottom. There's actually quite a bit of satin stitch in this one, which is unique because the other ones don't have any. So I liked that one. And then there's one more that I'm waiting on, which I think is Fairy Garden. And I love that it's like the big urn with the flowers and stuff, and then this little tiny house. I think it's adorable. So I got those. I did get a project bag from So Much to Love. I bought this a while back because I have so many farm-ish projects on the go or going to be started. And so I got this one I could not resist. It's red and white gingham. And it's got the black and white with the animals that say, it says their songs. Moo, 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 link, 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 cock-a-doodle-doo. So cute. Ba, ba, ba. So anyway, and then it has her typical cutesy felt flower, which she sews by hand. And then the inside is black and white polka dot. So I think this one is going to hold, because Farm Life, I think, went into the first farm bag. I think this one is either going to hold Quicker de la Ferme or one of the other ones. I'm not sure. And then the back is the same with her little tag. So Much to Love. It's on Etsy. All right, so next up is all the floss. I got my nest egg. Trisha 3 Owl Threads does her nest egg. I will link it below. It's through her pre-order through her Facebook pre-order group. And I do 3 clubs. I do Classic Colorworks, Gentle Arts, 5 Yard Skeins, and Weeks Dye Works. Gentle Arts has been closed. They are out of a state, and I'm not sure which one it is off the top of my head, that has been closed for a while. So there's a note on my invoice that my GAST, my Gentle Arts, is going to ship in May or June, depending upon. So I did get my Classic Colorworks and my Weeks, so I'm going to go ahead and show those to you. And I know y'all are probably still rolling your eyes about the fact that I am now subscribed to a club for Weeks Dye Works. How much I detested them before. I do get 10 of each. So the first set has Shepherd's Blue, Sky, Sockeye, Sophia's Pink, and Spanish Moss. So that's them. Okay. Then the other 5, got a really two super variegated ones. I'm going to show you those real quick, which are Spumoni and Spring Bouquet. So highly variegated, multicolors. I mean, Spumoni is hot pink, brown, and green, and white, which is like Spumoni ice cream. And then Spring Bouquet is pastels. It's got like orchid, mint green, yellow. Very unique. I'll have to find something to stitch with those at some point. And then the other 3 that I got are Stone, Stepping Stone, and Squash. I love squash. Squash is like, to me, a perfect golden yellow. Love. Pretty. Okay, so that was a good assortment this month. Put those back nicely. They get added to my spreadsheet and then put it away. Then Classic Colorworks this month. Kind of at the beginning of the alphabet again. It looks like she's maybe finished filling in some gaps, and now we're back towards the beginning. So we've got Autumn Spice, Apple Fritter, Argyle Socks, which I love Argyle Socks, like in theory and in floss. Baby Blanket and Amethyst. So Argyle Socks is the one in the middle, and it's so cool. So good. These 3 together, that screams like fall to me. And then we've got Bamboo, which I love Bamboo. Aunt Marie's Violet, Auntie D, Amber Waves, and Baby Chick. Which to me, Baby Chick is a similar tone, not a similar tone, a similar lightness to Bamboo, but it's just got more yellow in it. So this is Bamboo, and this is Baby Chick. Ooh, this one's neat. I just noticed that. This is Auntie D, or Auntie D. It's got purples and blues. Very cool. Like navy, though. It's like a navy and a plum. Dark plum. Anyway, Good selection. Those will get added to my spreadsheet and then put away. Now, last week, if you tuned in, you saw me share some sale color and cotton threads. Well, then I went back and I told you I had another package on the way. I have 4 more bags to share with you. A beautiful, beautiful flosses. So let's see what we got in here. So I'm going to show you 4 at a time. I think there's 8 in each bag. All right, so we've got Mermaid's Folly, Mermaid Shimmer, Princess, and Monaco. Oy vey. So beautiful. So beautiful. Oh, actually, I think oh no, this is different. This is Earth Day. How fitting! Earth Day. It looks very similar to Mermaid's Folly, but it's got more variegation in it. And then Lava Lamp, Khaki, and Mint Julep. Lava Lamp is awesome too. Look at that. Yikes, that's awesome. Beautiful. So that was pack 1. And they're always packaged so nicely that I like even hesitate to take them out. Because they're all like, let me show you. What the before and the after. So like this is how they come to you, and this is how I get them back in. So whoever is packing flosses over there is like on point. On point, on point. All right, so in pack 2, and these zipping closes are aggressive. We talked about that last week too. All right, so I think I actually got 3 of these. No, I got 2. I loved this color. Oh no, I did get 3 of them. I love this color, and I plan to stitch something monochrome with it. I don't know why. It's nothing super fancy about it, except it's beautiful. It's granite, so a really pretty light gray, but it's got purplish undertones. Then we've got Peony, Pale Ochre, Begonia. Yes. Capri, and Marlin. Can you tell I have a thing for blues and pinks? Although some of these didn't even have pictures, I just went, that sounds good. That looks good. And I found that the ones that were still available were more of the ones with no pictures. And I was like, I'm a gambler. I'm a gambler. Wasn't it Kenny Rogers who was the gambler? I loved him. Still love him. May he rest. This one's good. Okay, I'm just going to show you this because to me this is like tropical. Tropical. I feel like they package them like specifically. They look and they go, oh, these would be fun together. Oh, this one has 9. So the 8 per pack, they must not have wanted to put my 1 by itself. Okay, so we've got Sugar Plum, Egg Yolk. Ooh, Egg Yolk is good. Wimbledon, and Seahorse. Let me tell you right now, Wimbledon is literally like pin yellow tennis ball. Angela's genius. She's a genius. All right, then we've got Raw Linen and Tusk, which are very similar neutral tones, but still very different. It's hard to convey them on camera. And then we've got Radioactive, Medallion, and Orange Soda. Radioactive, radioactive. That's Radioactive. That is Fanta Orange Soda. And then I'm loving Medallion. That's a really good like dupe for $38.22 maybe, or $38.20. Got one more pack, and then we're out of stash for this week. See, flosses take longer. Y'all mind that? Because I could just go, I got these flosses. Okay, good. Would we be up for that? Or do we like the commentary? Commentary on the flosses. How many are in this pack? This one has 8. That was a Rogue. The one with 9 had Rogue. We got Royalty, Pacific, Quail, and Carolina Blue. I think I got Carolina Blue last time. It wouldn't surprise me. I was like, click, 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 click. I love Royalty. Beautiful. And then we have Fiesta. I might have gotten that one last time too. Fairway, Monster Jam, and Natural Cotton. Natural Cotton's a good one for ecru, I think. Fiesta, super awesome. I love that this is called Monster Jam. And that looks like a fairway of a golf course. Yup. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. If you have never tried color and cotton floss, please do. Please go hit up Angela at her shop on her website. There's good stuff. Good stuff. So that package is empty. So that's about all I got for you folks. And I am telling you, we're still recording and we are over an hour. So I will upload the craft room tour separately from this. So I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful weekend ahead. It is 24 hours of cross stitch weekend. I am going to be team sleep. I've stitched a little bit already. I don't know that I'll hit 24 hours. We shall see. I will do my best. But I also know that duty calls as a mom, first and foremost. And it looks like my husband might be reporting back to work on Monday. And don't ask me how frazzled that makes me. We're getting a new garage, our new garage door installed, which is great. That's supposed to happen early in the week. So yeah. I am excited that we're about to be in May. I think Mania is going to be fun. I love watching everybody's plans. I've been highly enabled. I think it was Jessie Marie who posted on her Instagram a picture of her working on her scroll frame with her notepad, and she says, "What do WIP parades and Mania plans lead to me? Making shopping lists." Amen, sister friend. And Hands Across the Sea posted a beautiful new chart. Kristen, Blue Bonnets and Whiskey, shared it on her Insta stories, and I was like, crap, I need that. And then it's on their website, it's posted with the Soie d'Alger. Like, poop. Like, that's a road I need to travel down. But it's gorgeous. The palette is gorgeous. So I'm like, meh. And my LNS does not carry it. So what I think I'm going to do is send an email to an LNS and be like, hey, because some of the ones that have them on their website, it is really hard to order flosses on websites sometimes. I love how Color and Cotton has their quick order now. They didn't always have this, where it literally lists it all, and it has an add to cart button with a quantity button, and it lists every single floss color. And I'm like, that's easy shopping. Make it easy for me to spend my money. Don't make me work to spend my money. But anyway, that's all we had. See, it was a shorter day today. It didn't look like the last 2 weeks. Like that week. It was like a page and a half. Or hey, the week before where it was like that much. And we still are over an hour because I'm a chatty Cathy. I bring my own music with me. Anywho, I hope I had enough musicality in this for you. I hope that you have a great week ahead. Thank you for continuing to lift me up, support me, be such a true treasure and joy in my life. I've got to get off because the husband needs to come and finish cleaning the toilet in my bathroom over there, and I told him, get out. I got to do my video. And plus it's about dinner time, and I'm getting hungry. And I think I'm going to have Vietnamese spring rolls. So I wish you all a happy weekend. And I actually thought the other day of a song that I could sing to you at the end. And we'll see how this goes. So long, stitch well. I'll see you soon, my friends. Goodbye.